Ellis Scholarship Awards went down on Bimini last evening. Corval Pyfrom has the details.
And lucky Bahamian students are off to Beijing for agricultural studies, so good job there.
Plus, our very own Jamal Moss tells us all about his big role as a single father. Stay close for that.
And coming up in sports, Bahamians make an impact at NCAA Track and Field Championships.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Father's Day is this weekend, Marlena. Fathers are in advance rejecting the crab and rice bid. Gifts or accolades this year? What do you think?
Well, I heard the news and I agree with them. I feel like there are more than enough deserving fathers out there. I mean, love the crab and rice, but you can get crab and rice and the gift.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some very good fathers here in the Bahamas, especially right here in the Broadcasting Corporation. Like, we've got Karen Miller, Jerome Saunders, Charles Fisher, Jamal Moss, who we're going to be talking to later.
Yes.
Corey Smith and Julian Anderson.
And before you get us into trouble for forgetting names, let's dive right into the news, shall we? A third student was last night added to the Bishop Neil C. Ellis Circle of Excellence. It's an annual awards program for primary school students on the island of Bimini, and the winner receives full tuition for the duration of their high school journey. Corval Pyfrom was in Bimini for the sixth grader Javari Davis's crowning moment.
It came down to these four students, the finalists for the Neil C. Ellis Award of Excellence speech competition, with one of them ultimately being inducted into the Circle of Excellence. Bishop Neil C. Ellis is the program's patron.
This is an exciting journey, and I continue to look forward to it with great anticipation.
The program, created back in 2022, is designed exclusively for Bimini students as they embark on their high school journeys. It's also a way for Ellis, himself a Bimini native, to give back in a meaningful way while also helping create opportunities for future generations.
As I was getting ready to retire from Mount Tabor as the full-time pastor, I felt with people like Levin and them prompting, it was time for me now to go back and do for some children what God did through Mr. Kinlan for me.
And so in Bimini last night, it was sixth graders Robbie Smith Jr., Javari Davis, Kaylee Sands, and Renage Dorset, all standing tall, all courageously presenting their speeches. The finale of a weeks-long competition, which also included interviews and an essay competition. The topic last night, Bimini, the land of endless possibilities.
I have listened to people who said, and I quote, "Ain't nothing good come from Bimini."
Imagine new houses and apartments for people to buy or rent.
An island boy, like our very own Neil Ellis.
In the end, Javari Davis of Gateway Christian Academy walked away the night's big winner, taking both the People's Choice Award and becoming this year's Circle of Excellence inductee. For Javari, who aspires to one day follow in the footsteps of another now famous Biminite, VJ Edgecombe, by becoming a professional ball player, and his parents, this was a moment that brought immense pride.
My teacher asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was like, sure, what's gonna hurt?
He's always open-minded, very competitive too, but he's he's a humble competitor.
I can't even express the words. I am very proud of my son.
For the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
So sweet. Congratulations, Javari. Well, speaking of students, the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources and the Chinese Embassy today announcing 23 pupils from BAMSI, BAIC, and the Ministry of Agriculture are to head to China this Sunday, June 15th, to undergo agriculture courses for the next few weeks. This cohort hopefully moving us one step closer to a stronger agricultural sector through the empowerment of Bahamians. The move also meant to strengthen the partnership between the Bahamas and China.
By the end of June this year, we will have nearly 50 government officials, business, academic, media, and community figures that enjoy training courses in China.
We'll be examining ways to extract value from what is often overlooked, from shells, peels, fibers, and fish waste, to turn them into valuable, valuable economic assets. This is the kind of innovation that can move and will move the needle for the Bahamas.
And that's not all. According to Dr. Donovan Moxey, president of the Bahamas-China Friendship Association, there will be a competition between June 15th and November 15th, after which participating Bahamians will have a chance to win cash prizes.
So what we're looking for is for those Bahamians who go to China, you capture video of your experiences in China, be they cultural, be they technology, be they learning, and then talk about those experiences through the eyes of you as a Bahamian in a way that Bahamians who have not had an opportunity to go to China really understand exactly what it means to go to China and what you're seeing through the lens of your eyes. This particular competition, again, is open to two groups of individuals, high school students between the ages of 14 and 18, and adults who travel to China either on vacation or business or as part of missions. The contest basically has prizes for the first three top videos, and the prizes range from $800 to $300. So there's a single $800 ground prize, and then there's a third prize of $300, which we give to 6 persons, and a second prize of $500, which we give to 3 winners in the contest. And so again, we look forward to your participation, especially those persons who either live in China or plan to travel to China this year, because we really want people to understand Bahamians' experiences through the lens of our eyes.
Father to a 19 and 1-year-old, Zadanes's own radio production director Jamal Moss shares the joy of being a father, something he says he wouldn't trade for the world. In light of Father's Day this Sunday, Moss left some nuggets for our current and soon-to-be fathers.
And be that guiding light, be that motivation, be that strength for your child, and just do everything you have to do to ensure that your child gets the best education, whether it be government or private. Be a mentor, like I said, be a motivator, adjusting to the fact that you're dealing with younger souls, impressionable souls, and the way how you would deal with persons who you would rub shoulders with every day is different from them, and also being there for them when they have some challenges, questions, concerns.
And while there's sometimes humor in the difference in giving to mothers on Mother's Day versus fathers on Father's Day, Moss says fathers too deserve to be showered with love and affection, adding it goes a long way in reassuring them of their worth.
And do a lot for mothers. We show either your wife, your baby mother, or your mommy. We show a lot of love. But when it comes to fathers, why you keep giving us crab? We don't want no crab. Let's put Father's Day up there.
And still to come, the Right Worshipful District Grand Master of the Scottish Constitution, Anthony Bostwick, joins us tonight, fresh from his Botswana tour. Weather is also coming up on the other side of the break, so keep it locked.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Thinking of ways to save is easy at Super Value and Quality supermarkets. Sea Bass Chunk Tuna, 5 ounces, 2 for $1.89. Country Barn Mayonnaise, 30 ounces, $3.49. Whole watermelons, $5.99 each. Danish spare ribs, $2.59 per pound. Whole chickens, $1.89 per pound. Join the Super Value Quality Points program at any Super Value or Quality supermarkets.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast, and we have some Sahara dust in the mix, and that's being advected towards the west, and some of that you're getting here by the weekend, and that will keep a lid on any kind of development of shower activities and even tropical cyclones over the next several days. And live weather radar showing a couple of showers just to the west of us, and that's all being moved towards the west, towards the Florida Peninsula. So we should look forward to some clarity over the next couple of days. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. Now, for the Northwest and Central Islands tonight, right through Friday, those winds are going to be southeast at 12 to 18 knots. The wave height 3 to 6 feet, so caution flags are in place for boaters in the Northwest and Central Islands into Friday. Tide-wise, it's going to be high at 9:39 tonight, another high tide at 9:55 tomorrow morning. And for the southeast Bahamas through Friday, easterly winds at 15 to 20 knots. The wave height 4 to 7 feet, so that caution flag extends into the southeast Bahamas through Friday as well. As we take into Saturday, we will see some reduction in those winds becoming southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Wave height subsiding 2 to 4 feet, so we'll drop the caution flags on the Saturday. That's only for the northwestern islands. High tide will take place at 10:38 in the morning with a low tide at 4:35 in the afternoon in the central and southeastern islands on Saturday. Winds southeast with a slight reduction as well, 12 to 18 knots. Wave height 3 to 6 feet, but nevertheless, we will maintain the caution flags for the central and southeastern islands on Saturday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
They all say that I dancing crazy. I make only people them laugh. They all say, man, you move so funny. You long your neck out just like a giraffe.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Malina.
Thanks, Basil. Now, let me make sure to get this right. Right Worshipful District Grand Master Anthony Bostwick of the Scottish Masonic Constitution joins us tonight live in studio. He is fresh from his Botswana Masonic tour. Welcome to Access Now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I think lots of people look at Freemasonry as kind of spooky. So before we get into anything, can you give us a brief run through without exposing your secrets on what Freemasonry really is?
Well, let me first say thank you for having us, and thank you to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And as you know, there's nothing spooky about Freemasonry. Freemasonry found on the tenets of brotherly love, relief, and truth, and has existed. Scottish Freemasonry existed in the Bahamas from 1806, and we've been around for quite some time. What we're trying to do now in its modern context is bring more families, open up Scottish Freemasonry in general. There are 4 basic constitutions. You have the English Constitution, Irish Constitution, Scottish Constitution, and Prince Hall. Those are the 4 fundamental pillars of constitutions that make up Freemasonry globally. What we are trying to do in the Bahamas is to let, no matter your wealth, station, or class, you have to understand that we are all ambassadors for our country. No matter where you go, no matter how old you are, you represent this beautiful little spot that Scott Kelly, the astronaut, profoundly declared as the most beautiful spot in heaven from space. So with Freemasonry and its universality, its global reach, we have now taken on the task that when we travel, we make sure that the Bahamas is front and center before ourselves. We put country first. And I think that is something that we are trying to instill in the youth of our nation as well.
Now, speaking of travel, you just came back from your trip to Botswana. Can you tell us why it's so important to visit other Masonic jurisdictions and a little bit about your trip?
Well, one of the things that's very important about Scottish Freemasonry is that it's universal. And one of the things that this little beautiful country that we call the Bahamas has is the power of communication and travel. My trip took me into Cape Town, South Africa, Johannesburg, Botswana, and Zambia to the 5th ISMC conference, which is the International Scottish Masonic Conference. Remember, we hosted the Scottish Masonic Conference here at the Atlantis Resort, which was very successful. We were supposed to go into Lebanon, but there was some challenges. So they went into Scotland, and then we went into Zambia. And just so happened that Botswana and the Bahamas always sat side by side because of the B, the A, and then the O. And there was a district grandmaster called Jay Remish. And he came to the Bahamas to my installation, and I promised him that I would visit him. And there's only two things that we say in the Bahamas that you own is your name and your word. He knew my name, and I gave him my word.
Right.
We ended up in Botswana, and it was a very memorable trip. It was one that I wish more Bahamians could experience so that you could really understand the global impact the Bahamas had. It was the first time in the Grand Lodge's history that two Bahamians sat in the two most powerful chairs in Scottish Freemasonry.
Wow.
Immediate past District Grandmaster Joseph Curry and myself. We sat as senior and junior warden to the Grandmaster Mason during that ceremony.
Amazing.
Which really cemented the Bahamas throughout the Masonic world.
Amazing. Now, I feel like you've given a lot of great information and people are probably very curious. And I know you guys have an event coming up soon, next month, I believe. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. The Scottish Masonic Food Festival. One of the things that we did was, like I said, it was for families and lodges to get together, each island to present its own unique food staple. Eleuthera was pineapples. Abaco claimed, well, Andrews claimed everything crabby, which is crabs, and every island claimed. So we came together to promote this food festival as a family fun day, with all the proceeds going to our various charities, from prostate cancer to blood drives to you name it, we're there. But one of the things that we want to do, we want to come from behind the veil, and we want to focus more on the youth of our nation, because we have too many young men that are in we see it every day in the newspapers. So we have a mandate right now to bring more young men into because the more young men we have in there, the less problem we have out there.
Right. And just before we go, the time and the place of that fair again?
July 12th. It'll be at Dolphin Drive at the new temple ground.
Amazing. I've heard of this fair before. I don't think you want to miss it. Well, District Grandmaster Bostwick, it was a pleasure hosting you tonight. Thank you for joining us, and best of luck with the event. As for us, let's check in with ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap.
Coming up in sports, several Bahamians making a significant impact at the NCAA Track and Field Championships. More details coming up next.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
We at Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service. We do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also vet people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Welcome to your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. Topping sports, the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships began on Wednesday in Eugene, Oregon, with 3 Bahamians seeing action on day 1. In the men's javelin finals, Nebraska's Keyshawn Strawn leaving it all on the field in Flight 2 as he finishes 5th overall. Strawn's best throw spanning 76.44 meters. In Heat 2 of the men's 4x1 relay prelims, Zion Campbell and his Minnesota Gopher squad clocked a season-best 38.16 seconds, advancing to Friday's finals. And in Heat 1 of the 110 hurdles was Oscar Smith of Louisiana Tech. He finished in 3rd place with a time of 13.45 seconds, just 0.2 seconds shy of qualifying for the finals. Smith received second-team All-American honors for Division I outdoor track and field. And on Thursday, the women getting their first taste of action. Florida's Anthea Charlton competing in the women's 100 and long jump. Following her is another Florida Gator, Quincy Penn, running in the 4x1 relay. Then Javonia Valcourt of Tennessee sprints in the 400 and 4x4. The NCAA Track and Field Championships will take place at Hayward Field through Saturday, with all of the events covered by the ESPN network. We'll have more updates and stats in Friday's Sports Gas. And that's been your Thursday Sports Check. I'm Swanson Gibson Jr.
This year, King Door National Parkinson Foundation is taking you back to the old school. With entertainment by TMF, the band formerly known as Maze.
Y'all better come on now. Also appearing will be local artist Plotty and the Naked Eye and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Pop Band.
Save the date. Saturday, June 28th, 2025. Atlantis Paradise Island.
To purchase your tickets, call telephone 428-2588 or visit Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store, Mackey Street.
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza. Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with a variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
welcome back. You're looking at a shot of the Whispering Women of Sacred Space out at Clifton Pier. That shot is courtesy of our drone pilot, Neville Big Nev Smith. Beautiful shot as always. We do hope you enjoy our nightly drone flies. And speaking of flights, let's take a plane ride down to Exuma with Charles Fisher. Let's go.
Charles Fisher covered all grounds when he was in Exuma this weekend. He caught up with a Bahamian who is the commissioner of the city of Miramar, Florida. Here's the story.
Her roots is in the Bahamas, Barry Tari to be exact, and the Mackenzie clan, her ancestors. After graduating from government high school, Avril Mackenzie Sherazade moved to Florida and has built a career in public service and has now risen to the post of Commissioner of Miramar.
A lot of who I am today was molded by the upbringing that I had as a child. I was raised by community, the community in Bozine Town as well as the community right here in Barry Tari. All those summers, all that love, all that nurturing. I understand human-to-human connection. That's what it did for me. Moving into the position I'm in now, it really was me hand in hand, finding ways to serve, because I was very well served as a child. I was very well taken care of by community. What better way to show that you have appreciation than to give back in service? And that's exactly what I've been doing the entire time without even an intention of seeking higher office. It was, how can I better my community? And it's by giving self.
Just recently elected, she came back home on her first official visit with the new post.
As of March 11th of 2025, I was voted in almost, it was a landslide in my opinion, to serve at our city commission in the city of Miramar for a 4-year term. It's been 3 months, and it is what I expected it to be because I know it's service, and I went full speed ahead into doing the work that I had already started in the community. This is just a fulfillment of that.
Commissioner Sherazade did not come alone. She brought with her the assistant city manager and economics and business development specialist.
Barry Tari is home. You heard what this is. This is a homecoming fest. And as a child, I remember coming to fest and not understanding, because there's certain things a child wouldn't appreciate about what homecoming really signifies. Homecoming means I remember where my roots are, and I still want to plant more roots there. We've all grown up. We've all went about our ways. But we remember where it all started, and we give back to the economy. We give back to the community with our presence, with our time, with our resources. And so it's important for me to make this the very first official trip for myself into the land that has carved me into the woman that I am today, to land right here in downtown Barry Tari.
To cap it off, the homecoming committee presenting her with the keys to the city and gifts for her delegation, and in return, they too with gifts for Barry Tari.
I was overcome because lost for words is something that happens when you couldn't believe this was a moment that was happening. I ran around here as a little girl. I played in the streets of Barry Tari. But to be standing in an official capacity and be recognized by people who I am thinking should be getting recognized, it can't be any more humbling than that.
In our next report, we will speak with members of a delegation who was elated to be in the Bahamas for the first time. For Access Now, I'm Charles Fisher.
Bahamians are doing some great things out there, Malena.
Yes, I love what you had to say about planting roots, continuing to plant those roots in the place that you're from. So great story, Fisher. Let's turn things over to Matea Cunningham, and let's talk socials.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Socials, where I keep you locked into what's trending across your timeline. If you're tapped into the Bahamian music scene, you've definitely heard of Papa Smurf. And if you haven't, now's your chance. His track, Jukiana, is making serious noise, and the music platform Mic Check just gave him a major feature on their page. Mic Check is a Bahamian platform focused on promoting new legends and the next up. They showcase unreleased heat, hidden gems, and what the young people call certified bangers. Check out his.
On a mailboat, and I carrying with me my coconut rum, and I don't care to see anyone one when I get there. I just want Jukiana to welcome me when I come. So I going down to Nassau for that Jukiana. I going down to Nassau for that Jukiana. And when I find that Jukiana I'm searching for, I get Jukiana, Jukiana, Jukiana till I can't Jukiana no more.
Jukiana brings that high energy, raw island vibe that's impossible to sit still to. What's even better is how it's reminding people of good old-fashioned Bahamian music. Well done. If you haven't heard Jukiana yet, fix that ASAP. That's what's hot in socials. I'm Matea, and this was Let's Talk Socials.
Great job there, Matea. Well, that does it for Access Now this evening.
Yes, but stay tuned for the rundown on leadership. Keishel Davis is our guest.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.